My name is April, and I am a homeschooling mom of four kids. They are currently in high school and college, and I've been using WriteShop since my youngest were very tiny, and I've used it all the way through into college with my oldest. And I've also been teaching it with a group of students for several years. One of my favorite memories with WriteShop was when my younger two girls were very little. We were using WriteShop A and B, and my oldest was busy on the go like an older sister would be. And so we would throw our WriteShop books in our writing tub with our markers and paper and all the fun things. And we would grab a table at the park or at the restaurant or something nearby. And we would sit down and do WriteShop, and we would just pull everything out and have fun with our writing and our stories. And my girls would be super creative, sometimes writing about things that we saw in our day. And we just had a lot of fun with it. It gave us the flexibility that we needed at the time in our lives.
My name is Tammy. I'm in Florida, and I've been using WriteShop for about 13 years. I've used it with, let's see, I have three kids of my own. I've used it in multiple co-op situations. I'm still using it currently with middle school and high school kids right now. My son was youngest child, boy, did not like writing for all the reasons mentioned above. Boys tend to be more challenging to get to sit down and write, but I always remember what he loved about using any of the WriteShop primary, the games, like the pre-writing activities that were game oriented, and how I talked to Kim about it a lot, and we kind of worked through, and I said, he just doesn't have the fine motor skills yet. And so she said, just let him dictate his stories to you. And so we would just talk. And the whole time I would write down what he said. And then we would get done and I would say, look what you just did. You wrote a story. And his face would light up because he didn't realize he was writing a story by just telling me what he was thinking about the activity we were doing, the game we were playing. And so then we got to put it together into a finished product. And he had a story that he wrote, even though it wasn't his hand that held the pen, but he wrote the story and had this sense of accomplishment and got to see, I actually can do this more than I realized that I could.
My name is Jolanthe, and we have four kids, two boys, two girls, and we have used WriteShop with all of our kids. We've used the WriteShop Primary Series, Junior Series, and WriteShop 1 and 2 with three of our kids right now, and our youngest is currently going through WriteShop 1 and doing the last little bit of this as we go through. One of my favorite projects that we did, and I still have a picture, it pops up every now and then in my memories, and I love it, is when we did, I think it was with WriteShop Primary, and the kids were sitting out on the back porch, the two girls were, and they had to create something, and it looked like a watermelon. And so we've got these really sweet pictures of both girls and their absolutely horrible homemade, home done haircuts or whatever, holding up their little watermelon. But I love it. I mean, and they loved the hands-on projects were one of their favorite things in the program that they could do. And then the other thing that kind of goes along with that, I guess, too, with that age are the story builder cards, because for our girls especially, that was what really triggered back that love for writing and for learning with them, because we had just gone through a really difficult time with their joy of writing being like completely below anything. And so it was right around Christmas time, and I gave the kids a little Christmas story builders card set, and they started writing. And one of the girls, I'm not kidding you, filled like an entire spiral notebook, just wrote a story. And and considering she was the child that had just had all the joy of writing sucked out of her life, for her to sit down and write and just continue to write and continue to write and continue to write was just, as a parent, a wonderful thing to see that joy come back for writing. So we stuck with WriteShop after that.